What up, what up? You've got the RT95 there. It's the RT95 revisited.
It's in the box over there.
It's in the
That
box. You
one.
haven't even got it out of the box.
Well, I have to say I'm a little nervous.
Are you?
Yeah,
After the
you've been
last.
you practice all this stuff off camera and then got it all working. I'm just going in
Full on.
full on. That's the word.
Yeah, yeah.
I had
So,
another phrase in mind that I can't say in a PG-13 rated show.
so you're working on, today we're going to make a start with looking at wiring up your end now, because
Right.
last week I wired up on the breadboard. If you haven't seen that, go back to last week's stream.
Yeah, and we're
After
gonna
this
do it a
one, of
little
course.
tiny bit different too. So the wiring's gonna be the same. I've got my overhead camera that Hayden's not sharing, so like
There we go.
I'm giving you the fingers down there,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
fingers. So I've got space to set stuff up, but what we're gonna do instead of the normal thing is why is it
That
doing
wasn't
that?
me.
That's no, I did it. I hit
The-
that, hit remove.
Too many
Stop
cooks
messing
in the
around.
kitchen.
I wanted to get back to us.
There.
I don't want that on the
Yes.
screen anymore. That's why I hit
Right.
remove.
Right.
It doesn't
right,
remove. All right.
Doesn't
Anyway.
now.
But what we did last week was Allstar. I've got my Allstar node, and what we're going to do this week is Direwolf, and Direwolf will get you just about all kinds of packet radio, and Direwolf will do APRS, and it will do Winlink, and it will do packet bulletin boards and stuff. But we're going to try and do APRS. If we don't get far enough in this stream, stay tuned for Nuggets, which is directly after this, and this one should redirect you over there, where we will finish up. And Hayden's going to guest on that show as well. And Jim might actually show up to one or two of these if he gets off
Maybe.
his. I think he's still crying about jury duty. I was
Did he
giving
have
you two
jury-
fingers, Chris.
Did he have jury duty, did he?
He has jury duty the week of Huntsville Hamfest. Womp
Oh, that's hard. That is.
Yeah.
Oh no. Very good. Okay. A couple of things that we should also mention is that you still have stock of the DI,
I do. I got like 20 left. Better get them before they're gone, folks.
and you'll be having some daughter boards coming soon.
They're in the air, and there should be another set of daughter boards and another set of DIs after that coming in, because these things
Yep.
are flying off the shelves.
Yep. So
Shelf
there
is.
is plenty in there. So that's US and Canada. You're shipping to Canada, aren't you?
I will ship to anywhere anybody wants to pay for, but I will defer them to you for Australia and New Zealand.
Okay, sounds good. Australia, New Zealand. I think I've got 2 DIs left.
Low stock.
I've got quite a few. I think I've got maybe 15, 16 daughter boards left.
That's
um,
hamradiodx.net, or how do you get there?
Yep, Hammer. I think Frank's going to post the link in the chat soon. So
Only if you gave it to him.
he's got it. He's got it. It's in the description.
Frank's on top of his game. Frank is awesome.
He is. So there's about 15 of these left. Now the other thing is there is. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right. If you're a Patreon member or you're a YouTube member, then there is a discount code to get a discount off of this. So that's for the Patreon. So if you join up, then you can get a discount on the DI daughter board.
Don't be sharing that with the unwashed people who aren't
I know.
members. I mean, no offense to you if you're not a member, but I mean, membership has its privileges.
To find it, you have to go back into. There's a post a couple of days ago that'll have the code that you need to put in to get the discount. And I've also got some AIOC boards that have arrived too. So they're a completely different thing, of course.
Well, so that's actually a good topic. People ask us what the difference is between the AIOC and the Toads DI, and I can speak to this because I read things. The AIOC is fantastic. We love it. Obviously, I love it enough to put it into Hayden's store. I'm just too lazy to put it into mine. You'll have to go to Hayden to get it. It is an STM32, which is a microcontroller, and the STM32 emulates a serial device and it emulates a sound device so that you can do radio programming or sound modes. But then it's got the K connector, and if you don't put the K connector on, then it's just a bunch of pads that you can do whatever you want with. But it's only PTT, audio in, audio out, and ground. And the DI board is PTT, audio in, audio out, ground, and it is also COS, carrier operated squelch, and this just uses the CM108 chip. This is just for prototyping audio stuff. So these are both compatible with a wide variety of radios. However, ours is best.
That was a good summary. And I'll put into the chat too, we've had some requests about getting a UK supplier, and we've kindly managed to secure the services of Jonathan M0JSX. He was in the chat earlier. I saw a message from him somewhere.
Jonathan, sound off. How you doing, mate?
Where is he? Where is he? There he is. So if you just send an email to
both late and
that
early.
email in the chat and also in the description to register your interest. There he is. I'm here. So shop
He's
at
going to get overwhelmed.
He will. JSX.radio. So send an email to Jonathan if you're interested in getting a board. He'll start to get some orders together, and we're going to get some boards out to Jonathan for the UK.
So neither of us live in the UK, so I can only speculate as to how wonderful the UK shipping is. And UK just had their massive exit. So does this still, I mean, Jonathan, let us know in the chat if we're completely and totally off base, which we probably are. Will you ship to like EU as well, and how does that work?
Mate, they have the Royal Mail. That's like the top end of mail, the Royal Mail.
Royal, yeah.
I don't know, it's just called the Royal Mail.
Right.
I don't know. It's the Royal Mail. It's got to be good.
What is that shirt you're wearing? That's pretty cool.
Mate,
like
this is the it's a crew neck sweatshirt. Ham Radio 7.3. These actually arrived. No, not this one. I do have them in hoodie though. I got this one yesterday in the mail. So you can get these at my shirt store, which is Spreadshirt, which I think there is a link in the description below as well, but I'll bring it up anyway. So there's some
got
pretty
a bunch
cool
of designs too.
Yeah, there's a couple of fairly cool designs. I got these, Ham Radio 7.3 in shirts, Soda Goat, Poda Goat. Oh, there you go. Jonathan will ship to Europe as well.
I just wonder if it's like extra. You know, like for argument's sake, it's like $5 for me to ship these things anywhere in the US. And then it's another like $10 or $15 on top of that to ship across the border 5 inches into Canada.
Look at that. Frank is onto it. A couple of other designs here as well. Apparently YouTube didn't let me import this particular design.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. So, this one's a good one. And on the back is hashtag Tower Safety. It's a message telling you.
You should make that safety yellow, really.
Well, you can. You can select yellow here. There you go. Now you'll be. I know what you mean. The fluorescent, fluorescent green, fluorescent yellow. Yeah. So there's a few other designs in there. This one, always SSB, never FT8, just to stir some people up. Always CW, never FT8. So,
where's the always FT8, never SSB? I don't want to talk to anybody.
That one is here. SSB crossed out, CW crossed out, FT8.
Nice.
So there are some. So yeah, there's some cool designs in there. Anyway, let's get back to your bench, because I reckon we're going to have to get you running on Direwolf.
Well, like I said, I think the Direwolf part's going to be the next stream. So I need to get my project box. See, I told you it was right there.
So is this RT95? Is this a new one?
No, this is the one that I thoroughly destroyed. So this is my RT95 box. See how it says RT95, so I can't miss it. Mm-hmm. I did, I don't know, 7 or 8 videos leading up to the development of this board. This board, look, I can do the overhead. Ooh, and that overhead. Come on, producer.
I know, I'm a step behind at the moment.
And what happened was, these are MMDVMs. Pay no attention to those. That has nothing to do with a future project that we're working on. Nothing to do with something new that's coming out later on.
Don't speculate.
Right, don't speculate at all. I got it working on APRS, and it was doing Vox, and then I started going down the experimentation route. So I have one of these I should put this in my description. This is a board from Tridix. What a great name. That's DIX for those of you who are R-rated.
We've got the Toads DIK coming.
Yeah, so RJ45 on both ends. So it's a pass-through, and then you have pins on the side where you can sort of snoop in and see what's going on with that. So there's some really cool stuff. Like I've got the protocol debugged on communicating back and forth to the radio, so I could probably set the frequency on the radio if I wanted to get that far. And then I started doing this cable here, which is just a regular Ethernet cable on one end and bare wires on the other end. And these are actually pretty good. These are solid core wires, so they work good with, I think they're solid core. No, they're not. I lie. I'm sorry. They work good with breadboards regardless, and you can tin them anyway, which we might have to do. What else was in here that was interesting? Because I think it's in here. I think my FTDI board is in here. Yeah, so my FT232 board, and these are cables. I did some homemade cables for this RJ45 is for a Kenwood radio programming, but I can switch it over to anything. I can actually program this radio with it if I wanted to. And then 2.5 and 3.5 millimeter jacks. So you can actually make your own programming cable and not have to worry about drivers or anything. There's the radio.
When you get
so this is
when you get a second, can you check your camera feed just to make sure it's at the highest res? Because I think it's in focus. It's just out of resolution for some reason.
this one here,
Yeah.
or this one.
No, definitely the overhead. It seems like it's out of res.
He's complaining about bandwidth, but I have plenty. I don't know why it's doing
You do.
that.
I know for a fact you've got plenty of bandwidth because I saw it on a screenshot that you sent through earlier.
No, let me stop that. Let me add it back and see if it gives me any.
It says it's in mic
settings.
mode. It goes through mic mode.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's all I can do. I can do 360, 480, 720, or 1080, and it was already in 1080. Let me check OBS. Settings. Video. Yeah.
That's a little bit better now. Oh, look who cat! Look what the cat dragged in.
That's right.
There he is. Hey, we heard
James.
about your
Hi, Jim.
awesome jury duty that you've got coming
Oh, my
up.
God. There's a whole story there. The short version is apparently you can ask to get out of it and they'll postpone your service.
You probably
So
should
many
do that.
times.
Oh, that's much better, T.O. Yes, that's much better.
I didn't do much.
No,
It's upside down.
That's
and off.
100% better.
Okay.
No, the radio's
Yeah,
upside down.
I paused while I was doing the upside down thing because we were kind of mid talking, and so I blew this radio up doing some testing. So I've already got $100 and some into this project at this point, and I shipped it off for a refund. And Retevis sent me back an Anytone front end, but it still had my programming inside, and it's still a Retevis RT95. It just needed a new faceplate. That's how much I blew it up. And there is a remote head kit for this radio as well, but it's always been out of stock. So, yeah. So
That picture's
that's the
gone to
radio.
crap again.
Yeah.
Wonder what's
It
going
kinda
on.
is what it
It's
is.
weird.
So remember we were talking about these. This is the DIP, the dip.
Oh yes. Should we actually show that off while you're fiddling around in the?
Yeah, sure. I'm just getting parts out.
Yep. I can hear you breathing, by the way, Jim.
I'll
You
stop.
got some. You got
Please.
stop breathing.
Please
Just
stop.
I think that's the fan.
Is it the fan?
Yeah. I mean, the mic is like way down here.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm your father.
No. Oh, God. No. Let me.
He actually doesn't say Luke, I'm your father, but everybody in the chat knows that.
Yeah.
So what do I
Okay.
have left? I need to order some more.
So bring. Have you got the PCB thing that you had there, the prototype board stuff?
I have the actual physical parts to show in hand, but they're not what you're talking about.
No, the prototype. The piece.
Do you want the picture of the one that we designed, or do you want?
No. I'm bringing that up. The actual. The PCB stuff. You just got out the packet just then that you showed. It's
a big
those.
desk. I could lose stuff
So,
pretty easily.
can you explain what those are while I bring this up?
So you can see that these are not opened yet. I haven't broken the shrink wrap. So I will tell you what I think they are, and I don't know how to use them because part of this is that we're all going to learn something new here. But if you look, let me move this to view number 4. There we go. If you look at these, you can see a bunch of holes, and you can see in the corner there are mounting holes, and then there are what appears to be, it looks like a breadboard because that's kind of what it is, but you have to solder to this. And these holes are not connected to anything. You have to connect, put your through-hole components through the holes, and then if the legs are long enough to attach to the other component, attach them direct. And if they aren't, then you can run jumper wires between them and whatnot. And so this is a real quick way to prototype something. And what we have talked about, Hayden and I, is making a daughter board that is prototypable. And so you've got that picture of that ready now.
Yeah. So this is what we were looking at doing. I'm not sure. This is where we kind of want to get people from the chat to sort of say if this is what they're after. So we've got on here, well, we'll flip it over. Ignore all of the text. That's not going to be there. I've got to remove that or move it because it's not going to print out very well. So we've got the header that's going to plug into the DI board, the same as the, into the DI, the same as the daughter boards. So that plugs in, and then here we've got a breakout for those pins. So this here basically just mirrors exactly what is on top of here and exactly what's on top of the DI6. I need to write down some pinouts here. But we've got a row of 5 volts here on the side. We've got a row of, or a column of
Whether you
ground.
turn it sideways or not. In its current orientation, it's a column.
Now it's a row.
Now it's a row.
So we've got 5 volts, we've got ground, and it's all upside down as well. And then we've got all of these holes here in the middle of the board. And what the idea is that you can solder your components in for your prototyping. And then you can, on the bottom, once you solder it in, you could just run little jumper wires across to wherever you need to wire it up. So this is going to be pretty small. So it's going to be limited to a couple of components here and there. But it should be more than enough components for what we've got in the manual.
They should fit.
Yeah.
And so Don, N5SKT, I hate to summon him, but
where is he? Don, where are you? He's not here.
He mentioned screw terminals, and they make screw terminals in 2.54 millimeter pitch, which would fit into the end of this board. And there's only 7 pins at the south end where it says Toads Proto DB, but that's actually all you need. Audio out, audio in, PTT, COS, and ground is 5 pins. So you have 2 left over.
Pitch. Sorry to cover you up there, Jim. Let me move you because you're an esteemed guest. What pitch what pitch have you spaced them at? 2.54 millimeters or 0.1
the standard.
Yeah, the standard.
See those air quotes?
Yeah. So yeah, it should be good enough to be able to run all of your headers and stuff that you want to be able to put in. But we haven't finished this yet. So if you've got any other ideas, post them in the Discord so that we can implement them. One thing is we kind of, because you've got the header here that plugs into the DI board, you've got this breakout header to run your wires from. I couldn't really think of an easier way to do this, so someone else might have a better suggestion.
So, I mean, do we just leave that off entirely? Do you like having that there, that kind of thing? And I think what we're going to do next Sunday's live stream on Hayden's channel, Sunday US, Monday BK time, we're actually going to wipe this out and design it together. So, we're going to learn some more PCB stuff together, like how to design your own PCBs. So I'm really excited about that one.
And the other thing that we also forgot to mention too is the DI6, which is out, that we've got, which is this one. We realised because Don, and we still haven't summoned Don because he hasn't showed up yet.
I'll say it, Don. There we go. That's 3 times, right?
There we go.
One for each of us.
SAT.
This has got the 6-pin DIN on the back, but you found a 6-pin to 10-pin cable or adapter.
CT164. Don't get it from Yaesu officially because it's like a $50 cable. You can get it off of eBay for like $12, $13. Let me grab the link for that.
That doesn't sound like Yaesu charging lots of
Yaesu
money
never
for a
overcharges.
cheap cable, is it? No.
Just like ICOM, where you get a radio without any way to mount it.
Which one's that? The 27?
The 2730 that I got rid of about 3 weeks after I got it
Don
brand
probably
new.
is at his club meeting, yeah. So this is the CT-164 eBay cable.
So Darren says having the breakout will make it much needed wire. Yeah, that's what we were wondering. So we just don't want to.
And this cable in particular that I linked in the chat will plug into the DI6 and then plug into your radio on the other end. And this is a 6-pin to 10-pin adapter cable. Because Don was complaining about that loudly and often. he's not here, so I can say things like that.
I think of all the digital modes you can do with this, and all the Don will love this.
Don actually,
Well, he's not here,
Don
so
wound
it
up
doesn't-
getting two. He only ordered one, but due to a shipping mix-up, he got two. So if any of you from the U.S. area have ordered two and you only get one, let me know. I mean, I'm sure you'd let me know anyway, and I'll definitely take care of you regardless. But I know that there's somebody out there that ordered two that only got one, and I know there's somebody out there that ordered one and got two. And Don even complained about that.
Yeah.
All right, keep going, Tio. We could see you're still undoing things.
Well, I think I have everything. I just don't know really. I've got the rotary variable resistors. I've got the regular plain old resistors. I've got the capacitors. And then I've got an assortment of transistors. Ooh, look at that.
Trannies.
You've got a
Yeah.
lot of trannies there.
That means something
quite a
totally
few.
different in Tasmania.
I'm sure.
In the United States, that means automobile transmissions. We just call them trannies for short. Get your tranny replaced. Did you fix your tranny?
You got to drop a tranny tonight after work?
Right?
I have no words for that.
But
I mean, those are words that are said. I mean,
45 Auto has a problem. He ordered 0 and got 0. So
I will fix that right away for you. Poof. Fixed. Thanks, 4-5.
no. See, Jody said to invoke Don, we must chant DMR sounds better than Allstar. No, what we
DMR
need
sounds better than Allstar. That's right.
to invoke Don, we need to chant OVF light, OVF light, OVF
Right?
light. All hail the OVF light.
ICOM 7300s are awesome.
This is what
with their
happens
OVF
when you
light.
have too many. Really, LC? The price is too damn high. That's what it is. He wants to know about the one. This is I feel you, brother. I do. I honestly do, because I don't like to order stuff like this, because I need one. Do I need one or two? I need 2 transistors, and now I have 600. I have 558 transistors that I need to do something with.
And
No, you
most of
only
them
need
are the
one.
wrong one, right?
All of them except for 2 are the wrong ones.
No, you only need one. So that's
Okay.
That's all.
So I have 559.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
There is somebody out there somewhere. There is some service where we can get little baggies of parts. We just haven't gotten that far yet.
But you can use that for future stuff, because you went to order. I think you went to order the capacitors or something, or the resistors, and you're like, oh, here's some that I ordered already that I haven't used yet.
Right. All right, step 1. Let me know.
Step 1. Hold on. Here we go. Step 1. We're going to do what we did last week, and
Plus
so you've
that
got
up, son. There you go.
So you've got your breadboards there, don't you? Where do you want to start? Now,
At the very beginning.
well, we don't have with the RT95. Actually, what we should start off with, the wiring diagram for that radio. That's probably a good place to start.
Do you have that? Or do I need to find that too?
You probably need to find it, because I don't think you sent it to me.
Let me see if I can get it sent to you real quick.
Yep, and then I can bring that up. I
Stand
don't
by.
know what is going on with that camera, by the way. Is that blurry to you too, Jim?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It comes in and out. It's passable now, but it's still soft.
Yeah.
Like
There, I've
maybe
set
it's
manual focus. But
480p or something.
one of the
Yeah,
things I
think it's
don't like
resolution.
about this camera, I like a lot of things about the camera, but one of the things I don't like about the camera are the when you fix the focus, it what's it called?
What mic are you on too?
I'm on my headset because I'm on my workbench desk. But you
Okay.
know that because
Yeah.
we've done this together before, Jim.
I'm not admitting to anything we've done together before.
What happens in cabin 13, brother? There, I've sent it to you in Discord.
Let's not-
Now that
let's
I'm not distracted,
Let's
Um,
not talk cabin 13.
it unfocuses. Like I had it in fixed focus on the breadboard, and then if I do this, it'll refocus on my hand eventually. So it's kind of a pain. There's probably some setting in there because cameras have like 9 billion settings now.
Boom. Okay. So the RT95 wiring's a bit funny, isn't it?
Yes.
So we've got start at pin 1. So pin 1 is ground, so that's easy enough. And we're all ignoring this side of this side here, because we're actually wiring into the breadboard and then into the...
Yeah, I stole this from a video that I did about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Right. So we've got ground, we've got PTT, we've got mic ground, we've got up, which is the speaker out of the radio. Add a DC blocking cap on. Up. Yep, cool. We've got down and 5 volts. So we've got no COS. So we don't need to worry
Not in this
about...
radio. Nope.
No, so we don't need to worry about any of that at the top. So I guess the first thing we do is let's wire up the PTT. So what we want to do is, I'm not sure how you've got you're using that Ethernet cable, aren't you? And you're going to plug that into the breadboard?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get out a BC547 transistor.
Cracking open the transistors. Watch them fly all over the room.
And you're only going to have 599 left.
Why didn't you just order them from Mouser or something?
Because this was like $9, and Mouser would be $9 for one.
If you include the shipping.
So I need one.
Right.
Lock that up before that accident happens, because I know it's gonna.
Now, the orientation is very important on that BC547. If you hold that up, and if you're looking at the flat side where all the writing is. Yep. So this one I learned off by heart when I was learning electronics. It's collector, base, emitter. 1, 2, 3 from the left. So from the left of that the pins that you've got it in that holding in that orientation.
Okay.
So let me go back here. So up here we've got the collector. So that's going to be pin 1 of your transistor on the left. That is going to go to the radio. It's very hard to see things in 144p, isn't it?
Yes. It's painful. I feel like this is 1994 and I just discovered how Mosaic works.
I don't know why I'm not getting good internet signal.
It's like go ahead.
It's like StreamYard's like throttling your resolution or something.
Yeah, StreamYard is telling me that I have low bandwidth, but I don't.
Yeah, Hayden to me is clear as a bell. Your face camera. Well, now okay, there you go.
See, you're blurry.
Yeah, he did. As soon as he did that, he blurred.
Did I?
Yeah,
it's a StreamYard thing.
Probably.
So that first pin that I think that you're bending out of the way.
Yep.
Let's go back. Yep. So yep. So now you're looking at the flat side. Yes. So on the left that's going to go to the radio.
Okay.
The middle pin is the base. That's going to go via that 10K resistor to the Toads DI board, the PTT out of the Toads DI board, and then that one on the right-hand side, which now has changed orientation, is the emitter, and that's going to go to ground. So let me just bring this up real quick. So collector here to the radio, base in the middle of the transistor via this resistor to the pin 7 of J2 on the DI board. And then this pin just goes straight to ground, the emitter.
So on the breadboard, just shove this in any 3 holes that are not the same 3 holes?
Correct.
Or not in the same column?
Yep.
So all of these holes down this column in this orientation, each row, each column is connected.
Yeah, so if you connect them all, if you put it in the wrong way, you can short them all out.
If I put all 3 of them in the same column, they would all be shorted out, yeah?
Yes. Breadboarding live with TO, Jim.
It's Monday night.
This is the heckling part for you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm being respectful because this is your channel. If this was on TO's channel, I would probably have something spicy to say. But
we'll give it half an hour. And
I think you really did good with the 144p comment. That was awesome.
Give it half an hour, and we can let loose.
I don't want everyone in
Yes, Chris.
Australia to think,
Sure, Chris. I give it back. You know that.
Oh, so we're in.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't take me
Yeah.
that long to shove it in.
again, it's hard to see. And
PG-13.
That's what she said.
Okay. Next, you need this resistor, a 10K resistor.
Look at that manual zoom. Not any better.
Not any better, brother. Oh
That's
my
amazing.
God.
Now it's.
No, I mean, it looks great to me.
I feel like this
Does
is 1961 and the first
does-
color broadcast or something.
Just 77p. Is that a resolution?
No, it's not. Hang on.
Half of 144.
Oh my God. You're on a Mac. Don't you have an iPhone?
Anyway.
You could use the iPhone as a camera.
No, but I don't think that's the problem. It's the internet that's doing weird things.
It
See,
may
like
be.
even I just got a message from StreamYard saying my connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, plug into the router. Man, I've got a gigabit. What the heck?
I know. I'm on a gig backbone on a gig internet, and I have Starlink as backup. It's not complaining to me so far. And
Jody
you look
did say
okay.
It's breadboarding after 4 beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you need a 10K resistor now, Tio. No, he doesn't have Starlink anymore. He's on mobile. Where are you gone? Hello.
Guess that gas station internet,
Hang on. All right, I'm back.
theoretically.
Okay, next 10K resistor.
You guys are acting like you needed permission for heckling. Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's
Well,
going on.
I
there.
think we're all trying to be on our best behavior because this is Hayden's channel, and he's, first of all,
You do realize that, according to American history books, Australia is just a colony of criminals. So how are we being on our best behavior going to affect anything that they do over there?
for a
That
bunch
is
of
true.
criminals. Yeah.
That is true.
Well, I mean, we left on our own. That was probably before half of us got arrested, but
All right, what size resistors do I need? These are all in baggies.
10K. 10K.
Yuck. And they're stapled. Quarter watt, 1 ohm. This is why I only want quantity 1 when I do projects. 2.2 ohms, 3 ohms,
He was
10
temporarily
ohms.
offline.
22 ohms, 47 ohms, 68 ohms. It's none of those envelopes.
are those like on a clipboard or what the hell is that?
Jim, have you never seen this before? This is called a reel.
No,
Yeah.
No, my resistor packs came in little cocaine baggies
Yours were probably pre-sorted by
with
somebody who
handwriting
cares.
on them.
You've just
10K.
affected. You've just affected the monetization of this video by mentioning the cocaine word. Now we've done it twice.
To be fair.
I didn't rename Jim. I just said Jim, and someone was like, "It sounds like Jim."
It does sound like Jim when you say it. And I've kind
Hey,
of
at least I
embraced
started
it.
something.
You
At least
did.
I started. Yes.
You did.
You've got a new nickname. You've been called Jim for the past umpteen years, and now you've got a new
Right.
name. You write it on your license now, don't you?
Well, I'm gonna share something here in a second.
Oh no!
It's
Don't,
it's
don't
safe.
share your social security number, all right?
Okay.
We don't need that.
It's safe for work. Don't worry.
All right, I got the 10K baggie.
Yep. Open that baggie.
See, he said baggy.
Yeah. I said
Baggie can
10K,
mean anything.
not 1 dime. I need 1 of these, Hayden.
You need one of those? Yes.
1 total, or
Yeah, just one.
See, I embraced it.
Oh, you did. You've got
Big G.
and that's your full nickname too.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of people probably don't understand that either. I always feel bad about not explaining that. I think I rang you up also after Hamvention and had to explain
You felt bad about that. I was
I
like,
did feel
it's
bad
fine.
because it's
Very
an
sensitive.
Australian thing.
It's fine. I was more upset about you bleeping everything I said when you guys surprised me.
don't tell him whose idea that was.
Yeah, that was not my
As if I
idea. That
couldn't
was
guess.
To's idea. Can you plug that now? One side of that goes into the middle pin of the
Middle pin.
transistor,
Not if I use the
base.
the side cutters. No. All right. Middle pin. So I'll put it in the exact same row as the middle pin.
Yep, because you want it to connect. And then the other side's going to go somewhere where that's going to then go to your radios. Not to the radio, sorry, to the Toads board, to the PTT of the Toads board.
And I'm just making these things massively spaced. Greyman Poda in the chat asked, what does this board do? Dude, have you not watched the last 30 live streams?
There is a link in the description to the manual, I think. Did we
This
put one in?
gets any radio onto any sound card mode.
Right. That's a very quick and easy way to explain it.
Okay.
Jimothy.
We got that.
Yeah.
Middle and put somewhere else.
Jimothy.
Right, Brett?
Right, so you've done that. Now, so we're done. We're done with this. Apart from connecting it to the radio and connecting it to the Toads DI, but we can do that later. We'll get the rest of these parts on, eh? So let's go with. You've got these two potentiometers, don't you?
I do.
Trim pots. So we need two 100K trim pots.
Oh, it's taped shut.
Oh,
I'm
no.
risking my life for you people.
Got a knife?
I got a knife.
Oh. Yes.
Come on.
We affectionately put big in front of people's names, and a friend of mine who lives down here, his nickname is Big Jim as well. So, but
I'm glad my name isn't Richard.
It doesn't big.
That wouldn't match up to you.
No, we do that. Big Dick, yeah. 100K, 100K.
That's what's on the back of the house, overlooking the river.
The Big Richard. I can't see.
What size do I need?
100.
100.
Oh, you've got the good trim pots too.
100 ohm?
100K. 100,000
100K ohm. So I need two of these?
Yes.
Oh, they came married. Good. All right.
Okay, so let's pop those into the breadboard, same way as you did the transistor, so that they're not shorting out. This will test you.
Do any of these three pins connect to anything I have in the board already?
No, they do. Ground. So one of the pins, you'll see there's two that are lined up, and there's one that points out the front.
The one that points out the front is ground?
No, one of the side ones, the ones that line up, goes to ground.
One of the side ones, we don't know which one goes to ground.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
Just one of those sides goes to ground.
And then where do the other two pins go?
So one goes to the radio. So let's do this one. Audio in from the radio, so that front panel via a capacitor. So we're going to have to leave that one free. And then the other one goes to the DI board.
So none of these three pins go to any of these two components?
No.
Okay, let's stick it anywhere. Got it.
Yes.
Done.
I was just saying that one side goes to ground, so you might have wanted to line it up some way.
I have no idea. I gotta do jumper wires for that.
Well, there is also a trap for young players as well. Now, you've lined it up so that two of those pins aren't in the same row shorting out now, are they?
No, you're right. I did it the wrong direction.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, that's right. So those two should not be shorting at the top. That was what I was worried about, Lee. Okay,
yeah,
so now...
Big is a choice.
So now we need two capacitors, both 4.7 microfarad.
Capacitors. Where are my capacitors?
Jody said it only matters which pot pin goes to ground if you're fussy about which way to turn the pot to increase or decrease the level.
Yeah. If you're really worried about whether you turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise, but it doesn't really matter because for most cases it's mid-range anyway.
Right.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
I'm not that worried. So all we're building there is a simple voltage divider. So while you find your capacitors, Tio, I'll explain what this does. So as we have audio coming in from the radio, it goes through this capacitor, and this capacitor is sitting here to stop any DC voltage because we don't want any DC voltage. We only want the AC audio voltage. So that comes into the top of the pot here, the top of the trim pot, and then we have the other side goes to ground. So then what we do is we basically tap off this trim pot here, and as we adjust the trim pot up and down, it varies this voltage going into the microphone pin of our DI board. So that then effectively adjusts the volume up and down, if that makes sense.
2 of these capacitors, so I'm grabbing 2 while I'm in here.
2 4.7s. You can use 2 1s, you could use 2 10s, you could use 2 4.7s.
Yeah.
I picked 4.7 just because it's just what was in my parts bin. All right. I think I actually mentioned this somewhere down here. Yeah, you can use any values in your parts bin. Now, do you have capacitors that are polarized?
These are non-polarized.
Good. So we can stick them in any way we want.
Yep.
So stick them in. So we want one. Now, they're not both the same. So let's go back here. We want one on the top half of that pot on one side, the side that's not going to go to ground.
One of the 2 holes or the single hole side?
The
single hole side. So I'm moving these down 1 row to give me some room. Okay, so I'm putting it into the right side because why not?
Yep, sounds good. And then the other one we do to the middle pin, the pin by itself.
On the other variable resistor.
Right, because that's going to go to the radio, and we want to make sure there's no DC coming out of the radio, which we think there might be on that RT95, which may have been the source of our problems last time.
There is. Because that's what we needed. I did not put that blocking cap on the up pin.
Okay, so now let's just wire the grounds in because that's easy. So the other side of the pot, of the 2-pin pots, let's just zoom you up again. So on that right-hand side one, you've got the other side of where the cap is. It'd be so good if we could see it. That goes to ground, and then you've got your other side to ground as well. So you could almost put a little jumper wire between those 2 pins and then straight to ground.
Let me see if I had some jumpers.
Thanks,
I just
Jody.
don't know where they are. Thank you, Jody.
$8 Canadian beer. That might get me, I don't know what $8 Canadian is here, but that might get me half a pint. But thank you.
Aha! I found them.
Got them? Oh,
yes. Look at these. Official jumper wires in 144P.
Yeah, I also use the Arduino ones.
Okay.
Luckily, your audio sounds fantastic. So
that is also a lie.
Yeah, I think it's like $10 a pint, maybe a bit more, $12 a pint.
Okay, so I'm not going to use Hayden's colors, so we're already going to
Yes,
go
use
there.
my color standard. Make it easier for me to follow along.
So what color
you
should the
gonna
ground
use?
pins be? Whatever you tell me to, sir.
Definitely not orange or whatever you've got in your hand.
This is orangish. Yes, it looks kind of peach on the camera.
I think it's universal that black is the ground, right?
No.
Yeah.
Do you use green?
No, actually,
do you?
in AC, black is hot. Green is ground.
Not in DC. You don't use.
Correct. That's true. On DC,
Yeah.
black is negative lead.
Yeah, in AC, then it's definitely green. Well, here it's actually green yellow.
Okay, so I'm putting this black bit where?
So you're going between the 2 pins on the top of the pot there that
This
are
might
not
actually be the
connected
right
to the
size, too.
capacitors. Yeah, Grey Man, yours is probably purple. We gave you guys the special ones.
He's nuts.
Thanks, Jody. Finally got a full pint. I'll definitely go and make sure that happens.
It's upside down to me.
Whilst Tio is doing that, here is a non-blurry. Here is a non-blurry version of the board.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
4K goodness.
4K goodness on a 1080p stream. You're a hero.
I know.
You're a champ.
And that's the daughter board.
Uh-oh. Are you going to take that from him?
Yeah, I am, because he doesn't know. There's a time and a place to say it, and that was not the time and the place.
I don't know if that's going to make a good electrical connection or not.
Lee, how
We
much
will
is the
find
bottle?
out.
You must have seen Jim drinking Dr. Pepper. I had Dr. Pepper over there, and it's absolute
Really?
crap. Well, no, there's a reason behind it. It's because you've got cherry in it.
Okay.
And unfortunately,
normal Dr. Pepper does not have
No.
cherry. That's like an extra weird flavor of it. Yeah, I don't drink that either.
No, the thing with the cherry is that as kids, cough syrup has a cherry flavor. So when we have that, it tastes absolutely terrible and brings back really bad memories.
I'm that way with honey.
Yeah, okay.
There was a thing here in America. They may still make them. Honey and lemon cough syrup that my mother made me take. And
It's kind of improved a little bit.
nasty.
I just restarted it.
That is actually visible. Yeah.
So you've got your ground wires there between the two pots. That's good. Yep, can see that. You've got your transistor. You've got your pot. I saw that pop out just then.
Yeah. Well, it's windy here. The whole trailer's shaking.
Okay. So now we've done those two. We've done the caps, we've done this, we've cooked up the ground. Now, you've done a wire between the two grounds there, but have you actually connected it to the ground bus, or were you going to put the ground bus in?
I haven't connected anything to anything other than what you've told me, so no ground bus.
Okay, connected to a ground bus, which they usually run on the outside of those boards.
Yes. You are correct, sir.
What color did they have on the board?
Blue and red.
Ah,
Which is like no standard whatsoever.
You bought the cheap boards.
Well, all three of the ones that I have are blue and red. I don't even remember when I got these.
Didn't
So-
Coca-Cola actually have cocaine in it as well at one point? We've said that 3 times on stream.
Yeah, there's the third. Yeah. Yes, it did have cocaine in it originally. Indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm connecting this ground
Uh-huh.
to the ground bus on the outside of the...
Yes.
I don't remember doing this on your stream.
No, so I did it a slightly different way. I had a different board layout.
Yes, I know.
So
it's
what this
diagonal.
does
Shut
is what this does is if you point to where you've connected that in now, so that entire row all along there is all connected together, so that what you can do is you can connect anything that goes to ground onto that. So what we'll do is we will connect the radio and the Toads board grounds. We'll tie them all together onto that same bus, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's go to, what do we got to do? I think we're up to now wiring the radio in. That's all we got to do.
So this PTT,
and
the transistor and the resistor, that
Yep.
we're just waiting on the radio and the Toads board?
Yes, we're waiting on the radio and the Toads board for all of them now. So let's go back to the PTT, to the transistor. And what do you want to wire in first? You want to wire in the Toads board, or you want to wire in the radio? Let's do the Toads board. I don't know how you're going to wire that in. Are you just going to solder jumper wires across? Is that what you're going to do?
I don't know. Yeah. Real time, brother.
I think that's what we should do is we should just solder wires.
So I need
how
my
to solder,
soldering. I need my soldering iron.
Y'all smash that like it owes you a sandwich.
Smash the like button for 144p.
Nice.
Where else in 2025 can you see video like
It's
that?
actually so good. We can see the refresh rate.
Yeah, I'm counting scan lines.
And I don't understand either because, like, yeah, see, that's kind of crap too.
It's his internet or StreamYard on his side. I mean, we love
Hi,
you,
guys.
buddy.
That's American Sign Language, Hayden.
So Jody says we could. Why
Yeah.
are you down there? We could solder a pin header into the PCB and press fit it, but there's a problem with that. What's the problem with doing that?
You don't have it wired the way the header would line up.
And some of the headers will short out because you've got.
This
how
was
can I
not
actually say
designed for
this?
breadboarding.
No, because you've got two of the holes would short out on each row. So unfortunately, you can't do that.
That's another board we can make as a breadboard adapter board.
Yes. That seems like version 2.0.
No, there'd be just another daughter board that gets you from here to
Oh,
here.
okay, yeah.
You put it like that.
That wouldn't be that hard to. That wouldn't be that hard to do. It still might require some soldering though. But
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you're supposed. This is a learning exercise. This
Yeah.
is not appliance operator school. You want appliance operator school? Get you a DigiRig. I like the DigiRig.
Okay.
I'm not throwing shade. I like the
Okay.
DigiRig.
Mm.
These are my DigiRig cables right here. Shush! Look at that. They're even official with the hologram sticker and everything. Not that you can see that.
Look,
Nope,
I
I'll
have-
just change
Oh,
camera.
we saw it. We
I
saw
have
it.
3 DigiRigs.
Bring it
I
over,
love
Rich.
me a DigiRig.
There we go. And back
Like
here.
3 or 4 of them.
Because this was not available when I was purchasing DigiRigs.
DigiRig's awesome. You know, I like it. This is just more fun.
I'm
Okay.
with Hollywood. Smash it hard, it'll go.
Well, you can. We might run into some problems though. All right, so let's solder some wires then to your toads. You've got plenty of those. They're the dev units anyway that you've got.
Yeah,
so.
I've got 2 of them, and they've actually both had dirty solder pads because I've done stuff that
Okay,
I
cool.
shouldn't talk about on camera. But
All right.
I have a problem. I have a problem, Hayden.
What's the problem? You got no wires.
Oh no, I found it. Oh, every
couldn't
time I
find the
move,
solder.
everything. You're right. Every time I move, everything moves. I need to fix that, but I'm too busy making videos to fix stuff.
Okay, so let's start off with something simple. Let's start off with ground. Ground. So find a wire to solder into the ground of the Toads board.
First, I need a cable to go to my soldering iron.
I thought you were just
Hi.
pulling out the cable then to cut up to use as your ground wire.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're
told you I
plugging your
was a little
soldering iron in.
Nervous. Is that going to work with this battery, or do I need a different battery? That would have hurt if it was hot.
That
I
is
just poked the soldering iron into
true.
my leg.
Unfortunately, we don't have any of those, but that would be good. That's right. Nuggets, the Nugs are coming up in 8 minutes' time. We're going to shift over to Tio's channel at that
We
time.
are.
We're going to continue on this journey.
And we might not even get this finished in this episode.
Potentially not. I reckon we'll get it wired up. Have you got Direwolf already set up, ready to go, or we got to set?
Oh,
it
hell
up
no.
too?
Hell no, that's a Nuggets thing. We're supposed to do everything live.
You watch. We'll get to the next stream, and you'll be running at 4K, beautiful streaming quality.
Exactly. I look fuzzy to me now. So
Love you, Hayden.
You're out of focus, I think. Oh
Yeah,
no!
yeah, you're blurry. You're 144p. I don't want to hear it.
StreamYard.
Your camera was trying to dance focus around your hand. Ooh, I can smell it.
If you could smell it, that's a bad sign.
Okay. So I
So
need
pin 12 on the pin 11 or 12 on the Toads DI board is ground. So you can just solder to one of those bad boys.
I am like literally drowning in mess here, Hayden.
Mess is a sign of productivity.
I have got to remember that to tell my wife.
A messy mind. These are DuPont
bench.
wires.
Show us those again.
I love
DuPont.
DuPont wires.
DuPont
Ah,
wires.
yes.
But I don't
Yep.
know where my male are, which would be the exact ones that I need for this.
Do they have male on one side and female on the other? Because you could just cut the. Oh no, because solder the pins in. Yeah, if you can find the male to male ones, that'll work better.
Or if I could find my pin headers.
So you're talking about us being rookies. StreamYard usually works pretty well, and it allows us to get a lot of things in. OBS is a very powerful program, but it's a bit hard when you're collaborating with 4 or 5 people at once.
Yeah, I don't believe OBS will allow, you can't do any guests, at least with factory OBS. I think you can get a plug-in to add one or something.
You'd have to pull them in through Zoom or something like that.
Which is what 2.0 does. He uses Zoom and then shares that screen essentially.
All right, I have a solution.
He's a smart cookie, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's really smart. So I have pin headers now. Look at that. So my male-female cables will work.
He's unique.
I say look at that, like you guys could see anything.
Yeah, so you don't need to solder to the board now. You just need to plug in your, what do you call them? DuPont
wires. That's not what, I mean, that's what the world calls them.
Hey, Lon.
Can we do NDI over the internet? I'm not I gather we can.
Well, NDI is like, Lon probably knows way more about this too, because I know he's done a ton of videos with that. But like,
I've only ever done NDI over the local network.
Yeah, it's like a software camera share interface like the Mac does. But the problem is still multiple guests on the screen. So as far as I know, NDI doesn't handle that.
Yeah. I think Lon. What's drawn Lon to this stream is the fact that we're going retro here with our streaming quality.
Lon, we paid extra money for this 144p camera from 1976. It's on wide format tape.
See, this is exactly what StreamYard's plans offer us. Is they give us an upgrade if we pay more to get off of the 144p.
Lon, this is the other Lon. Hey, Lon, how's it going?
Yeah,
we have 2 Lons in the chat normally, and I thought you were talking about lawnmower.
No. This is Lon 1.0
Yeah, Lon, I hope you stick around for the other stream on the other channel that this will swap you over to. We got a couple of minutes before that happens. Good to see you, brother. Right.
And he said, I'm old and I forget things. Like he's the only one.
Whilst I think about it, Lon, too, while you're there, I got one of those. Was it Supercart 64? I think it was. I saw that on your stream, and it is brilliant. The only thing now is I now need to try and find a way that I can convert my Nintendo 64 to HDMI. I know that you can Summercart. That's it. I know that you can get those the kits, but only certain people go and can install them. I mean, I looked at it and that was like, we're doing soldering here, but they're like soldering ribbon cables and stuff onto the board, and it kind of scares me a little bit. But I'd love to get HDMI out of my Nintendo 64. I saw your video with all of the adapters and stuff that you can buy with the various qualities as well. So I'm a bit of a Nintendo 64 nut.
All right, I need a different battery.
I am a Mario Kart nut. I don't care what platform it's on. I just like to play all the different versions of Mario Kart.
See, I started with Super Nintendo. Well, actually, no, I didn't. Yeah, did I? I think I started with Super Nintendo.
But so I'm emulating. I don't have original hardware, so
yeah. So the first, I wish I still had my Super Nintendo. The first Mario Kart, the Super Mario Kart, I played on that. But it was all about Mario Kart 64 when that came out. Because it was 4-player, and myself and my family and cousins and stuff, we used to play that all the time. It was so good.
My daughter and I are aggressive, smack-talking, bumping Mario Kart drivers. And that child, she's 14. She throws down. Oh, yeah, she can throw down. She's actually pretty good.
What's the analog FPGA consoles? I haven't heard of those. The problem that you get with using the converter boxes out of the back of the Nintendo 64 is you're limited to the S-video output, I think, is the best quality that you can get out the back. And on a 65-inch screen, it's It's hard going to play.
512p on a 65-inch screen. Yeah, you
Well,
can
also
see
the
each
refresh.
individual pixel.
Well, also the refresh rates.
So slow. Yeah.
You go to turn left, and you turn left 2 seconds later on the screen. Actually, it was funny when I moved over to the Nintendo Switch, because that can emulate Nintendo 64. I actually found it hard to play because the reaction was so quick compared to Nintendo 64. Legit.
We just got a Switch too. We have a
right.
Switch.
Oh yes. We moving?
Speaking of Switch, we're moving. We're switching.
All right. We're going to move over to TO's channel now. Frank, if you can drop the link in the chat to TO's stream, that'd be good. So we're going to move over there
somehow
now.
Auto redirect.
It should redirect
It should auto redirect, yeah.
So we'll be back in a few moments' time.
5.
See you over there.